I'm Stuart Thompson, editor of Digital TV Europe. I'm here with Emma Tominey, who is Portfolio Director for TV Connect. Emma, you've come in to look at TV Connect, have a look at what happened last year and what you want, how you want to change it. Looking back, what lessons have you learned from last year's show, and how do you plan to apply those to what you're doing now?
Sure, yeah. So we've learned a lot of lessons in answer to your question. So as you mentioned, I recently joined the organisation here, and that was very specifically with a view to do exactly that, analyse how TV Connect had been doing and what the audience feedback was as well from the attendees who come to our event. Of course, it's their event. So we've undertaken a very large-scale research project over the last few months to do exactly that, to sort of drill down into exactly what people would like to see from TV Connect and how we therefore then translate that into the agendas and the content and the speakers that we present. So what we've learned is that people were looking to have far less tech focus and much more on the business and strategical sort of side of things, so business strategy. And we have very much translated that into the agendas that you'll see at next year's event in March.
Right. And specifically, how are you planning to apply that to the agenda this year? What changes have you made to the way the event is structured?
Yeah, so we've made some pretty seismic changes, being honest with you, Stuart. So we've taken all the research results that we've had and we've applied that across the entire education programme that we have. So the agendas that we used to previously present at TV Connect were very much formulated as a keynote theatre and then 2 supporting track rooms. But what we found when we've been speaking to people is that they want to sort of see a real breadth of topics covered. So we've changed the theatres to be a much level playing field, and now the approach to each one is about the journey that each attendee is going to take. So it's from strategy and looking behind the curtain and what that actually means, and applying that in a much more contextualised way. So Theatre 2, for example, is where we're going to have all of our case studies and all of our best practice examples, and then finally into Theatre 3, where we have all our really practical hands-on stuff. So that's where we're going to be having workshops and roundtables. So we've kind of taken what we've had and sort of turned it on its head, I guess you would say, for 2017. And I know from the feedback that we've had so far to people, it's very much speaking to their needs and what they're looking for from the event.
Okay, and looking at the broader industry topics that you're going to bring into this new structure, what have you identified as the things that the industry is looking to find out more about?
Sure. So, and this was obviously one of the biggest areas that we've been researching for the last few months. So what we have introduced for 2017 is an overarching theme for the entire event. And in a nutshell, that's about looking at disruptive convergence. We found whoever we spoke to, no matter what level they were, no matter what background they were coming from, disruptive convergence was very much at the heart of what they were interested in. So the idea, what we mean by when we say disruptive convergence, is this idea of the fact that it's now an audience-driven TV world that we're all operating within, and what that therefore means. So we've broken that theme down, and I say it's at the very heart of every theatre that we have at the event and every single agenda, and we've broken that down into a few sort of broad topic areas, I guess you would say. So they include things like business model evolution, so we're going to be looking at just exactly what disruptive convergence means, what we need in terms of disruptive leaders to sort of steer the ship on that. And then we also have areas like technology futures and business futures, what that's going to look like. Big data and personalisation, that was a really big area for us. OTT and monetisation strategies quite specifically as well, a lot of interest around that area for us. And finally, we're also going to be looking at things like mobile, new media and youth audiences, which we feel we haven't probably given quite enough attention to in previous years. So that's a real specific area that we're looking to sort of really reinvigorate and introduce much more appropriate speakers as well. So, you know, if we're going to talk about millennials, we're going to have millennials come to the event and talk about it, rather than having people making assumptions on their behalf. So those have been the main areas really that have come across and out of the research for this year.
Yeah. Now, disruption and convergence, they're pretty big topics.
Yeah.
What's the core audience for the show, and what kind of people are going to come and learn these lessons that you're offering?
Sure. So another big area for us that we've been researching this year is looking at exactly that. Who is TV Connect for? Who's coming, and who should be coming to the event as well, more importantly. So part of the ethos, I guess you would say, behind the sort of the redesign of the education programme has also been about how do we broaden our own value chain. So we've had a really good look at that, and again, sort of really good in-depth research into the market, into sort of job titles and how that works in reality day to day out there in the market. So typically we've always had quite a lot from the operator side and sort of distribution. And of course those people will still be at the event and it's still very much for them, but we've also broadened out through the wider choice of topics now to think about broadcast and channel owners as well as content creation and everything that sort of is involved in that end of the scale. So hopefully we now cover a much broader breadth of the value chain in total, and those are the people who are going to be coming at next year's event in March.
Okay. There's a lot of shows out there. How would you qualify TV Connect in terms of what its unique selling point is?
Absolutely. So that's been exactly my job to come in, is to just sort of define that. And I think, being fair with you, we have realigned ourselves for 2017. I think maybe 2016 we had a few questions about whether we were quite hitting the nail on the head. But what we have now done as a result of all this very extensive research and redesign, and there's been a lot of blood, sweat and tears that's gone into that, we've focused on the educational element, and we keep using this phrase education programme, because that is very much what we are now offering. So some of the overwhelming feedback that we had from attendees from this year's event, for example, was that the sessions weren't long enough, and what they really wanted was a chance to really drill down into things and have a really proper sort of Q&A exercise at the end, or really interactive and live debate with the speakers. So quite simple changes that we've made, but we have extended the session length, so we've reduced some of the amount of sessions that take in place, but those sessions are going to be longer in duration, giving us a full chance to sort of really drill down properly. So to answer your question, in terms of how we now align TV Connect and how we want the industry to see us, it's about being the real place to come. If you want to sort of really be at the cutting edge of what's going on and really learn and a chance to sort of hear the trends, then TV Connect is the place to come and do that now.
Obviously, topics are very much a moving feast and things change all the time. How do you plan to keep up to date, make sure that you're on point when things change? What are you doing to get feedback from the potential audience for the show? Sure.
I mean, research is number one for us, and we continue to research year round. It's important that we stay relevant, as you say, and that we keep the agenda. It is a moving beast, so it does sort of tweak and amend and evolve as we go. Even as we speak right now, that's what we're doing, and it's all to be relevant. But we are always researching, and both on an individual basis, but also as a team. And we do currently have a survey live right now as well that we would love for watchers of this to participate in and help us with that.
Great. Okay. Emma, thanks very much.
Thanks.
And thank you for watching.